Welcome to the Daily Squeeze Take 25, Weight Loss Frustration. So today I wanted to come in and have a chat about that overwhelming sense of it's Friday and I did not do what I planned. Do you plan prep on Sunday? Do you really know what you want to achieve during the week? Monday kicks off great. Tuesday goes well, and then something happens Wednesday that you didn't really plan, and all of a sudden you've just fell a little short on what you wanted to do. Whether you forgot a lunch, you went out for lunch, you didn't make the best choices when it came, just eating my hair. You may not have made the best choices when it came to choosing what to have while you were out. What happens normally is once we make one choice, we think we're a failure, so we just keep making other bad choices. I've posted before and I've talked about before about not waiting again until next Monday. Just start over the next day. It's really important to know that weight loss is hard. It's not easy, and it's not for everyone. It takes grit, it takes commitment, it takes understanding who you are and what you need. There are so many fad diets out there, and they're fine. Most likely you gain what you lose plus some, unfortunately. I know I say this all the time, but it's really hard because people just think that, there is going to be that magic pill, and they didn't make it through the week because they didn't have it. But really what it takes is patience with yourself. My last 3 blogs that I've posted online, it talks about the weight loss phases, and it talks about, the gain phase first. So during the gain phase, obviously you don't really realize what you're doing. You're just living, making the decisions that you want, and you don't really understand how it's affecting you. You notice your clothes are getting tighter, and you're kind of in that denial of actually gaining weight because you don't want to do anything about it. You really like how life is going, so you don't want to change those habits. But at the end of the day, you're feeling frustrated because, you have gained weight. So you are holding a little extra weight somewhere, possibly a little bit more than a little. It happens to everyone. Sometimes life gets in the way of living, We have such busy schedules, and it takes a lot of time to be healthy. I didn't grow up in the healthiest of households. I didn't grow up in the worst either. Looking back at it, we all cooked. My mom did the best she could with the knowledge she had. It's knowledge from my grandma, obviously. And my dad the same. He knew his health knowledge from his mom and his grandma, and just from the family. They don't teach this stuff really while we're growing up, and there's the food pyramid and stuff, and that's all fine and dandy, but it's not. The pyramid's kind of an older thing. The plates have come in now, which are great. Happy to talk to you about that one day. And it's just that frustration of not knowing what you don't know to actually lose the weight that you want to. So by Friday, sometimes we're really upset with ourselves, and then we really kind of let go on the weekends. We don't ever get to that loss phase. So the second phase of the weight loss journey is loss. And this is where the biggest change occurs. You have to actually admit that you need to change some of your habits. You actually have to make that commitment to yourself that for the next, depending on how much weight you want to lose, but 4, 8, 12, maybe more, and depending on how fast you want to lose the weight as well, it's going to take change. Change is hard. Change is difficult. More change is going to happen between that gain phase and the loss phase than the loss phase to the third phase, which is the maintenance phase. Because the maintenance phase, what's going to happen is everything's going to be all hunky-dory. You know the habits that you needed in the loss phase, and therefore when you can tell that you're measuring yourself or weighing yourself, or even your clothes are starting to fit that little bit more snug in that maintain phase, you just revert back to those habits that really worked for you during that loss phase. it's getting from this phase, the gain phase, to that loss phase. That's the trick. It's knowing what little habits you need to do. So if, Wednesday, Thursday, you're that tired with and frustrated with the week that you go for that takeout. All right, well, what kind of takeout? Is there some better takeout that you can have? Is there something that you can prep over the weekend and put in the freezer even, and then take that out for Wednesday, Thursday? Lots of little tips and tricks. And you have to find what's right for you. So you can start with the greatest of intentions, and you can ask for support, like talk to your family and friends about it. If they are kind of coming off in a bad light because you want to do this, that's a reflection on them. You can simply just ask them, listen, I get what you're doing. I'm in that frustration overload, and I am really, really craving a little bit of change. I just need that help. Like, if you could just ask me not to try that food, or, not make fun of me if I have a salad, or, anything like that. If you put it to people in a way of, listen, I just need a little bit of help or support, normally people are really, if they're friends and family, it's worth it. And they're more than helpful because they want what's best for you anyways. So plan it out, ask for help. I'm always here to help as well. It's what I do. And just try and keep that motivation up during the week. It can get frustrating, but know that you don't have to be perfect. If you go out to eat, or you have one meal that's not on that plan, if you've cut out carbs and sugar and dairy and all that stuff right away, you are going to crave something sometime. It's okay. If you cut it out gradually, or if you cut some of it out, it won't be so bad. So again, it's how much you want to lose in that time frame that you want to lose it. And then it's crowding out that bad stuff and filling it in with new good stuff. So you could try juices, you could try smoothies, you could try veggie bowls. There's a whole bunch of different stuff. So it's what's going to work for you. But you have to try. It's all about trying, and it is frustrating because there is no magic pill, but you got to give it a go. So if you're at the end of the week and you're feeling a little bit frustrated and you haven't really reached that weight loss goal that you wanted to for the week, reflect on it, see where you went wrong. Reflect 2 weeks back. Did you do the same thing? Focus on what you did and what you can try to do to just have that little small, simple switch up. Just looking at my notes. Yeah. Don't always wait till Monday to start. It's not. Just start tomorrow. I like thinking of the week as Monday through Sunday is the same thing. I know the weekend's great, and it is Friday today even, but I don't know, Mark always works weekends. I've been working weekends lately, but it just one day flows on to the next, and if you're making the same healthy habits all the time, you don't have to kind of wait for the weekend, have Wednesday be that midweek. Not splurge, but treat yourself to something, whether it's a nice morning tea or a homemade slice or something yummy. And if it's homemade, it's going to be healthier than store-bought. Try and stick with really good breakfast, lunch, dinners, and give yourself treats during the week. It is okay. So going into the weekend, I hope this has helped. Think of tomorrow as your Monday. Think of today as your Monday. Just start again and make the best choices that you can make so that you can reach your goal. I will talk to you next week. Have a lovely weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.